devotees. So we were reading prāpya puṇya-kṛtāṁ lokān. We have to read from 6.41. Prāpya puṇya-kṛtāṁ lokān uṣitvā śāśvatīḥ samāḥ śucīnāṁ śrīmatāṁ gehe yoga-bhraṣṭo bhijāyate अथवा योगिनम येव कुले भवति धीमताम एतद्धि दुर्लभतरम लोके जन्म यदि तत्र तम बुद्धि संयोगम लभते पौरुदेहिकम यतते च ततो भ्यः संसिद्धो कुरु. So very nice shlokas. Prāpya puṇya-kṛtāṁ lokān. So if a person who was performing some pious activities, so by their pious credits, so right now the consciousness is absorbed in the body. When consciousness is absorbed in the body, just like you have in fluid dynamics, right? When you put a very heavy object inside water, the heavy object sinks. But if you put a light object in the water, it floats up, is it not? So similarly, when the consciousness is very light, light means it is attached to only subtle things, it is not attached to gross things, then it goes to higher planetary systems. And when the consciousness is attached to grosser things, then it adho gachanti tamasaha, it goes down. So Krishna is saying prāpya puṇya-kṛtāṁ lokān. So puṇya-kṛtāṁ, he has performed a lot of pious activities. So pious activities, the difference between dharma and moksha, I already mentioned this many times before. Let me see if any of you can answer. What is the difference between dharma and moksha? Generic dharma, not Bhagavata dharma, just like samānya normal dharma and moksha. What separates dharma and moksha?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Dharma, if I remember, dharma can have some personal gain or some self gain, something, some personal gain, whereas moksha does not.
Yeah, very nice. Yes. So dharma and moksha, what separates is artha and kama. So dharma minus artha and kama is equal to moksha. So when I'm performing dharma without any artha, without any kama, then it is moksha. But there is a possibility of artha and kama accommodated within traditional dharma. But within moksha, there is no accommodation of artha or kama. So basically, when a person is performing something oriented towards moksha, then automatically, even if there is some artha and kama that is felt during the middle, then it leads to punya. Just like right now we are performing Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is even beyond moksha. Now, if a devotee has material desires, that he wants to amass a lot of money, he wants to get promotion in his office, or he wants to have attractive wife or good husband, or he wants to keep traveling, he wants to look very good. So if he has material desires, even though he has material desires, it will, because he's performing Krishna consciousness, it will lead to accumulation of punya phalam. Because of the desire. Because of the desire, the Krishna consciousness activity will simply become punya karma, right? Because there is desire I'm having. So this is kamya mishra bhakti, kama mishra bhakti, karma mishra bhakti. So it will lead to those phalam. So similarly, but there is a difference a slight difference between Ashtanga Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. In Ashtanga Yoga, it will just be punyam, but when we perform bhakti with material intentions, it will lead to something called bhakti unmukha sukriti. Bhakti unmukha sukriti means we are performing pious activities, but those pious activities will be always will lead to bhakti later. It will lead to bhakti later because you are practicing bhakti. So the point is that when a person is performing Ashtanga Yoga, prāpya puṇya-kṛtāṁ lokān, he gets punya phalam, and then uṣitvā śāśvatīḥ samāḥ, he enjoys. And after he enjoys, because basically Bhuloka is like a debit card, right? You can only spend, Devaloka is like a debit card. You can only spend with a debit card, right? Credit card. You can only spend with a credit card. You can't accumulate with a credit card. You can't get money into the credit card, right? Similarly, Devaloka enjoyment is like credit card. And Bhuloka is like debit card. You basically can accumulate punya. And after accumulate punya, then you go to Swargaloka and enjoy. After the credit card is over, credit limit is reached, you again have to come and earn money, and with again have enough money that debit, so you can pay the credit, right? Something like that. So after the pious credits are depleted, again he comes back. But the question is, when he comes back, what happens? That's the question. So Prabhupada says in the purport also. So one is basically fallen after long practice of yoga, or one is fallen after little progress of yoga. One is fallen after long practice of yoga. Basically, what happens is he comes back, to this material world. But one who falls after a short period of practice goes to the higher planets where pious living entities are allowed to enter. You see, so in this way we must make the distinction clear. So and nothing is lost. He's born in a very nice family, like one devotee told. Say, if you're buying Srimad Bhagavatam this lifetime, right, next lifetime you'll be born in a family which has got Srimad Bhagavatam. You said, I buy only Srimad Bhagavatam this lifetime. Yes. But because you bought Srimad Bhagavatam with your Lakshmi this lifetime, even if you are born next life, you'll be born in a house which has got Srimad Bhagavatam, which has got Chaitanya Charitamrita. Whatever you may do in the spiritual life, śucīnāṁ, śrīmatāṁ, gehe. śucīnāṁ, gehe. Śucīnāṁ means their activities are pure, their bathing is pure, their time of waking up is pure, their eating is pure, their speaking is pure. śucīnāṁ. And only in those śucīnāṁ, only with a lifestyle that is shuchi, shaucham, can actually transcendental knowledge arise. In the life of a person whose all activities are ashuchi, no possibility of arousal of transcendental knowledge is possible. śucīnāṁ śrīmatāṁ gehe. So he is born in a family that is having great ability to make spiritual progress. It's a very nice what we are doing, right? Like we are reading Bhagavad Gita. So we will remember all those shlokas the next life. Right? So whatever shlokas we are memorizing, let's say we took like 2 years to memorize 108 shlokas. But next life, you'll be able to memorize it in like 5 days because you already know these shlokas. Sometimes, devotees, they just, read it, the shloka for once or twice and they can immediately memorize it. How? They learned this in their previous life. And very easy. So whatever we are doing in this material world to progress in bhakti is never lost. śucīnāṁ śrīmatāṁ gehe yoga-bhraṣṭa. If you are yoga-bhraṣṭa, then we are again born into this material world in a very nice family. So Prabhupada is saying, athava yoginam eva kule bhavati dhimatam. And this is the another case where if someone is very advanced, so long practice of yoga, if he falls down, kule bhavati dhimatam. Right, he is born in a very nice transcendental family. So if one is born after falls down after a little practice only, then he is born in śucīnāṁ śrīmatāṁ gehe. Right, like a good pious, maybe Vaishya family, maybe Seth family, something like that, where there is a lot of pious credit so that he can make some spiritual advancement from there on. But if he is born in a very nice family, if he has made a lot of advancement, athava yoginam eva, then he is born in a family where there are yogis. Kule bhavati dhimatam. Etad hi durlabhataram. But to be born in a family where someone is, all the yogis, is a family of yogis, is durlabhataram. It is very, very difficult. Durlabhataram. Loke janmata yadrisham. So that type of a janmam where both the father and mother are completely fixed in Krishna consciousness, etad hi durlabhataram. It is very, very rare. It is very rare. Like Prabhupada says, maybe I can speak on that tomorrow, but Prabhupada is saying when he was very small, his father tried to inaugurate the Rath Yatra. He tried to have a children's Rath Yatra in his house. So Prabhupada got training pretty much from the young age. So similarly, we see many devotee families where the parents are very fixed in Krishna consciousness and the children are born just into those families. Okay. So this is a very etadhi durlabhataram. Krishna saying it's very durlabham. It is very rare. So anyway, if we give it a very hard shot, in this material world to practice bhakti, then at least we want to, if we don't finish it this lifetime, at least we are, coming into this category of kule bhavati dhimata. But why to even do that? Right? Our Prabhu's mercy is very nice. But if you give it a hard shot, there is no loss. So we should not waste our life and be born in animal families. We won't be, but we should not go to Devaloka, enjoy, come back. Why this business? So one must try hard to go back to Godhead in this very lifetime. And if we try hard, even if there is a minor slip up, then we born in Kule Bhavati Dhimatam. So we'll stop here. Any questions or comments? There we go.
Hey Krishna Prabhuji.
Dandavat pranams.
Prabhuji, you mentioned like in the higher planets like Swargaloka and all, they can only like enjoy the pious karmas, right? So they cannot do bhakti, like they have to come back again
They
to.
can do bhakti, but they cannot do punya karma to to enjoy more. They're already enjoying. So they cannot go to Siddhaloka from there on. They have to come back to the material world and then go to Siddhaloka. So they can perform bhakti, but that bhakti will not be as strong as it is in Earth. Bhakti can be done in any planet. Bhakti is transcendental. So anyone can do bhakti. But one cannot amass punya karma to go to from say Swargaloka to say Siddhaloka. Not possible.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay.
Prabhu. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.